Ben Affleck and Jon Bernthal are back as the accountant and the accountant's brother in this summer blockbuster movie kickoff of the season. And this movie is fun. Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're new, check out the rest of the channel and let me know what you think. Let's dive into The Accountant 2. I genuinely enjoyed the original Accountant. I think more than most people. It was an interesting concept. I think Ben Affleck is fantastic as this character with all of his weird quirks and his just deadpan style. I think it's great. The action in the first movie was very well choreographed and very well shot, I thought. Even though the plot can be a little silly, I think it was a very enjoyable action film. Now, what I did not anticipate was a sequel, let alone a continuing franchise. But alas, here we are. And I've got to say, I really dug this movie. Granted, it's not going to blow you away, but it's fun. It's very enjoyable. Affleck is still incredible in this role. He has some really funny interactions in the beginning of the film when they're sort of reintroducing all the main players in this franchise. He goes around this speed dating table and because he's so ridiculously intelligent, he reprograms their algorithm to have all the women come to him first so he can, even his odds. But he's still just awkward as fuck throughout every interview, and every woman is just like, no thanks. So that was a fun scene. Jon Bernthal is fantastic in this movie. I like seeing Bernthal play characters like this. I love him as Punisher, and I love him as like this unstoppable force that's just this badass, this over-serious, just dramatic, immovable object. But I think he is even better in roles like this, where he gets to quip, he gets to show his personality, he gets to sort of bring himself into the role. And there's a very fun scene where he gets reintroduced as well, where he's waiting to go out on a hit and he's practicing these lines in his hotel room because he's super nervous, not about killing someone, but about talking to a woman on the phone that he's adopting a dog from. And I thought that was hilarious. And honestly, the highlight of this film is him and Affleck's chemistry. We didn't really get to see much of it in the first film because they didn't meet back up until pretty much the final minutes, where they confirmed they were going to reconcile this relationship. And we finally get to see that happen. And the way that they bounce off each other is incredible. Even though Affleck's character, just by the way he's written and what he's supposed to be, is just so serious and deadpan and like everything goes over his head, Bernthal is a nice sort of opposite of that. And they're great together. And you really see and sense this like brotherly bond that they have and the love and connection between them. Even though Affleck's character it's very rare that he shows emotions or reciprocates, an outward attitude of that love. You can see it there. And that really is the best part of this film. The action, again, is fantastic. I mean, you can tell that like Bernthal's been doing this a while, action sequences like this, so you can tell he's just a pro at it. And Affleck is great. He doesn't miss a beat in these sequences with Bernthal. The final act of this film, where they infiltrate this child trafficking ring in the desert and just decimate these dudes, is fantastic. The performances all around are very good. I will say, this movie sort of lost me in the middle. The plot, like the first one, is a little bumpy. I just think writer-director Gavin O'Connor wants to add way too much into this film. I always thought that the neuroscience lab with the kids helping, or the neuroscience school with the kids helping Affleck on his sort of missions, I guess, was a little silly. I still think it's silly. I think it's the worst part of this film, to be honest with you. I don't even think we really need that. Like, I kind of want Affleck to just be able to operate on his own, and with Bernthal and him now together, finally, like, I feel like they both have an equal amount of smarts and skill sets to kind of go it their own on these missions. J.K. Simmons is back. He has a lot to do with the plot in the beginning half. His character dies in the first few minutes of the movie, but he kind of sets this film in motion. He is retired now from the FBI, and he is a private investigator. He's searching for a child who's crossing the border with his parents who got kidnapped. He calls in this, I guess, world-renowned assassin to help him try and find this kid, and he's killed. So King's successor brings Affleck in to not only help solve King's murder, but also find this little boy. And this is where the plot gets sort of bumpy for me. The villains are never very well defined. We only really see them in a couple scenes. It's just this guy who runs a fish market, but somehow he's involved with these child trafficking rings, and also involved with, so I think he's Russian, some Russian dude who funds him or whatever. It's very vague. And then we find out, I can't even remember how Affleck uncovers this information, but we find out that the woman assassin from the beginning is the little boy's mother, who was captured by this organization who pretty much just like, they reprogrammed her essentially and like made her this agent of chaos. And it's just very weird. I feel like it's way too much to throw in this movie. This whole plot could have been simplified, and I think it would have been better for it. And the whole investigation part where they kind of discover this information, I feel like it's just kind of glossed over. And we really don't get that. And because of that, there feels like a lot of just meandering in the middle part of this film. But we do get some really good scenes where Bernthal and Affleck get to rekindle their relationship, and those scenes are great. It's just everything around that is just it's just not very well written. But then it leads to an action-packed finale, which is good, and these two go off into the sunset. They're going to go off together and like live together, work together, and kind of progress through this franchise as brothers. And I am not opposed to that. Even though this movie, the writing is pretty bumpy throughout, I think all around it's a very enjoyable film, mainly because of the two leads' chemistry. And I think if we can take that, carry it over to the third one, and just sort of just make the writing more straightforward and more cohesive, I think we could set ourselves up for a very, very good finale to this franchise.